Yo, what's going on? It's dudes, Dean here. Welcome back to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on my gaming channel here. And it's finally happened, guys. We finally upgraded and stepped into the future, mate, as the prophet in Black Ops 3 would say. I have finally upgraded and purchased my own capture card. And I know you're probably like, dude, you've been uploading for like almost a year now. You've been back. Obviously, you've had a capture card. What are you talking about here? Well, actually, I was borrowing a buddy of mine's capture card. It was the original Elgato. He was nice enough to let me borrow it. And before that, I was using the PlayStation's system capture card to get my gameplays. So I want to thank my buddy Kevin for allowing me to borrow that for so long. Very much appreciated, but it was time to upgrade. And I've kind of set some milestones in my eyes of when I wanted to upgrade and when I wanted to get my own gear, because it's difficult to want to invest into something if you're not sure that this is what you want to do, if that makes any sense. Like, obviously this is a hobby, it's not a career for me. Could it be in the future? I'm gonna highly doubt it. It remains to be seen though. I mean, we'll see where we go from here. But yeah, it was difficult to decide if I wanted to invest money into it, because capture cards are expensive. Like, I bought the Elgato HD60, and that's HD60S actually. And that's the big thing. If you'll notice that in this gameplay, it's running at 60 frames a second, which should look super smooth for you if you have the internet quality to watch it, which I'm going to guess the majority of you guys do, because it's not too difficult to run 60 frames a second on YouTube these days. So most internet connections can run it. But yeah, they're pretty expensive. I dropped $180 on this thing. So it was like, do I want to do this for a hobby? Do I want to invest this amount of money into it? I've already got the microphone, which is like a $250 microphone. It is a Rode Video Mic Pro. It's actually not really meant for this kind of like commentary thing. It's more for like a production aspect, to go on your camera and use it in that capacity. But I have it hooked up to my computer, and if I'm not doing a project or doing a freelance gig, I use it for commentaries. I may eventually purchase like my own mic, but anyway, yeah, that's a different story for a different day. So yeah, it was a big question to me. Do I want to upgrade for this? And I set a milestone for myself. When Infinite Warfare came out, or right before it, if I'm still doing this and if I'm still having a lot of fun, which I am, and I'm doing successful, which of course you have to taper down your expectations of what's considered successful and what's not. To me, I'm pretty happy with where my channel's at and where it's going and the evolution of it. I consider myself, I wouldn't say like incredibly successful, but I'm happy with where things are going. I'm happy with the success that I've had so far. So I decided, let's do it. Let's upgrade. It's time. I was going to do it before Infinite Warfare, or right before, so like next month sometime, but the beta was coming out, so I was like, you know what, screw it, why wait another month? Let's just do it. Let's see how it looks. So you guys are watching some 1080p 60 frames a second video from me. You're gonna have to let me know how it looks. Now, of course, things are a little bit different because I am recording this, or I did record this particular gameplay out of theater mode, so it might not look great and it might not be perfect 60 frames a second. I don't know how that translates, but to me it looks like it's better quality just watching it back. Like, even my color correction settings look more improved than the original 1080p 30 frames a second, and I was recording at a higher bit rate. And I know some of this technical stuff is like stuff you guys don't really care about, but honestly, if you're a content creator, you should know some of this stuff. I know it just because I took classes and I went to school for video production, so I do know a lot of what this stuff is and understand how it works. So yeah, it's not too difficult for me to understand, but if you're interested in being a content creator, you should really learn about bitrate and really learn about color depth and all that good stuff, and resolutions and frame rates and why they're important and what's good and what doesn't work and all that jazz. So if you're interested in being a content creator, at some point you do have to learn all that. I think you could start out pretty small, just using like a PlayStation in-system capture card or a very cheap capture card, but make sure it's high definition. I think that's the big thing people look for. High definition, and it either has to be 720 60 frames or 1080 30 frames as a minimum, in my opinion. Now, I did start out with 720 30 frames, I think, because I think that's what the in-system capture card is. But yeah, you can kind of go with what you feel, but just make sure it's HD. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the commentary. You guys let me know what you think about the capture settings. I really just wanted to record this to let you guys know that I have upgraded, and I'm excited because it's going to allow me to do some different things, potentially maybe some live comms, maybe a series, I don't know. It allows me to do a lot more things. Again, thank you to Kevin for letting me borrow that capture card for so long. And yeah, this gameplay was kind of unedited too. I just grabbed like a portion of this gameplay and wanted to let you guys watch it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if not, feel free to give it a dislike and let me know how the quality looks. Peace, guys.